Hello everybody, my name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator of Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you on my trades today. I traded two tickers today, Eyes and NIO. I thought I would cover both of those. Eyes, not too spectacular, got a nice little grab on it. NIO ended up being a great trade for me today. Andrew did a recap earlier today. He also covered my NIO trade a little bit in it. I thought I'd provide a little bit more detail behind my decision-making process that was going on there. And talk a little bit about how I play these ranges. Now, if you are a Bear Bull Trader member, then you've probably recently attended the webinar I did on expansion and failed expansion and these various things and how key these indicators can be. So this is going to be a little bit more higher of a level than the past couple of YouTubes I'm going to do because I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this one. So first off here we have Eyes. You can see Eyes here sold off pretty heavily at the open. Held R4, which is, one of my favorite Camarilla pivots, and you can see here I have that coded green for a buying range. Once it held up here, I went ahead and went long. I gave myself the loss of the candle and got a really nice pop and got some nice partials on that, but stopped out at break even. Unfortunately, that was all it did for me, and after that happened and rejected off of VWAP and hit here and I stopped out, I decided I wouldn't take any more positions on it unless it made a stronger move. I don't have shares for short on this ticker, so I could not evaluate it for that direction. And after that, I never saw any indicators that told me that Eyes was a long, other than maybe this bounce off of R3 it's trying to do right now. So I stayed away from it and didn't take any more trades. The main ticker I had on my list, which was the primary ticker I was watching today, was NIO. NIO was very much in focus today. I'm going to bring the daily chart over, and I'll kind of show you why. NIO was really in focus for me today because NIO a couple of days ago had a really hard sell-off and it bounced right off of VWAP on the daily, which is your average price weighted by volume. So I was really interested to see what was going to happen with NIO, especially if the SPY started to trend strong and the EV sector started to bounce a bit. Maybe we could be in for some kind of a nice move here. So, as we started to sell off, and this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about this expansion concept, when I play intraday swings, my most valuable levels are levels that line up with daily highs and daily lows from prior days. Most cam points tend to center in those areas as well, but levels like previous day's close, previous day's open, previous day high and low, yesterday high and low, open and close, these levels are all very, very significant, and I'll show you exactly how that works. So if you notice here, you can see that this is yesterday. When we were opening, pre-market low was right here at just under $37. So what I'm waiting to see is when the price opens, how is it going to respond to these various levels? Well, you can see we sold off and we came down into yesterday's candle, but only ever so slightly. Right, and as we started to hold here, notice we didn't have very much volume coming into the downside. It's a really big clue that we're getting some support here because once we lost this area, this would be a pretty critical stop zone, I would think. So to see the stock break down into this area but not have a significant amount of volume come through at the same time is a pretty big indicator that you're not having a heavy sell-off here. You're really just having a flush of the weaker hands. As a little bit more buying is occurring. And you can see here, we come here and we hold underneath this level, and then we come back over the level. That right there is our failed expansion attempt. Now, I've been reading tape long enough and doing price action enough to kind of see this coming, and I went ahead and went long here at the new 1 minute, and I got a good partial 2-to-1, and then I stopped out at break even because I was playing that really tight. Wasn't 100% sure, right? But then it pushed back up and made a new high, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the right space on this one. So I went ahead and went long, and then after that, I waited for it to come back up and hold and claim above this previous daily level. Now I know we've got failed expansion. Here's the expansion. We attempted to expand into this day's candle, but the price got held and pushed right back out. That failure to expand is one of the biggest indicators you're going to get all day. And then what happened here, we pushed up, I went ahead and added. So this is a fresh position, loss of my candle, and then I added more in, new loss being the loss of the prior daily level. So, and then we went up, partials at the opening price, and then off and going. So I went ahead and went all out at $40 on this. This was my target for the day. So once we got up to $40 and held and made a new low, I went ahead and went out. Didn't want to get too greedy, and really happy about that decision, because now you're actually seeing failed expansion occur, but in the opposite direction. So since we're in this, we might as well show this a little bit. But what you can see here is, notice 1, 2, 3 days ago, and then 4 days ago, notice at 40.47, you've got the open of this candle, and then down at just under $40, or 39, you have the high of this candle. So what you've done is we've now broken through here, right? We're now trying to get into this new daily range and trying to make more progress in this daily range. And the price pushed, big volume event signaling a big seller, and then price starts to come down. Now we're back inside this, and we're failing this daily range. I would not be surprised to see NIO, even after this incredibly strong rally, now drop back to VWAP or as low as even pre-market higher the opening price, because these failures to expand are very, very good indicators of what the stock's going to do, at least on the short term. So that's my trade on NIO. Ended up having just an amazing run on this one. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll be talking a little bit more about these market theories over my next couple recaps towards expansion and otherwise. Also at Bear Bull Traders, we have I'm doing another webinar. This one's going to be on Camarilla pivot strategies using these expansion events. That's going to be just exclusive for the BBT members. But if you're, if you're interested in coming and checking out BBT, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and then look at the pre-market show. We're always running cool promo codes and stuff in there. Carlos and Norm will give you the best levels. At the same time, they'll save you a little money. If you enjoyed the video overall, also please kindly throw me a like. I'd certainly appreciate that. Hope everybody had a great trading day today, and as always, keep it green.